lived in New York, signed an IMG. Yeah, it's been a long time, and it's a lot of fun.
Things with the mirrors.
And I've lit it right up. Got studio lighting. Okay, so I don't know if I introduced myself already. And as I said, I've been with Icon since 2013. So it's been a long time. I've done a lot of e-commerce, campaigns, TV commercials. Yeah, a lot. Lighting, because lighting is so crucial when it comes to doing photo shoots, and it can really make or break an image. And if you have a good idea of lighting, you can use that to your advantage when you're in front of the camera. The other thing I'm going to talk about is an awareness of outfits. So when we get booked for modelling jobs, we're promoting a product, whether it be a bag, a dress, jeans, pants, whatever it might be. So we need to have an awareness about what we're wearing and how best to showcase that. So we're going to talk about that too, and then I'm also going to go into connecting with the camera and also connecting beyond the camera with the viewer that's seeing the final image. So whether that be for campaign, for e-commerce, for television, we really want to be able to connect with that viewer, so look through the camera almost to whoever is looking back at that image. So to start off with, I'm going to talk about lighting. So as I said, lighting is crucial. So I brought a light today, and I'm going to soon pick somebody to come up here just to show how lighting can change. So what kind of lighting is there? Any ideas? We've got a light that is not natural light, so for example this studio light that I've got, and then we also have natural light, yes, we've got sunlight. And so lighting can change, it always changes, also depending on settings, the camera and all of that, whether it's a flash, whether it's the sun, whether it's natural, or whether it's artificial like I've got today. So, with lighting, the most basic rule, but this rule can be broken and you can also tweak it, is find the main light source. So when you're doing a photo shoot, let's say there is artificial light and you're indoors. So today, this is my main light source. It's just one light source, artificial light, studio light. So I am going to primarily want to focus on that light with my face. So turning my face towards that light as much as possible. Because you'll see if you turn away, the lighting on the face changes. So ideally you want to be looking towards the light. Now if you're outdoors, depending on the time of day, the sun can be a lot higher, it can be lower in the sky, you can get sort of that golden light, it changes. So let's say you're shooting outdoors, you want to have an awareness of, wait, where is the sun? Is it behind me? Is it in front of me? So normally you'll shoot with the sun in front of you. Yes, you can do backlit photos, but they'll generally bring an artificial light into the shot to light you up. So there'll be another light source. But if they're just using natural light, just the sunlight, you want to find where that sunlight is. Often it's quite high in the sky. If it is later in the day, it can be a bit lower. So you want to find that light with your face and almost feel it. So here, like, as I turn away, I can feel that the light is not hitting my face directly anymore. As I turn towards it, it's hitting me more directly. So when you're looking for the sun, tilt your face up to that sunlight, because when you start to tilt downwards from the sun, you'll see that you start getting these shadows and things. So you want to work with that light source. Can I get a volunteer up in front of everyone? Thank you. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how lighting can change, just to get a little bit of a basic idea. So, sorry, this is really bright. I'll turn it down too. Alright, so if you just stay looking forward, I'll just show everyone. So, see how the light, I'm going to move around, and you'll see how the lighting changes. You'll get different shadows on the face. And when I come in here, you'll see you're getting those shadows on the right-hand side. If you come more in front, it's fully lit. Now, if I start tilting the light higher and higher, you'll start getting more shadow under the nose. So if you tilt your face up towards the light, see how those shadows disappear? So depending on where the light is, the main rule is sort of find that light with your face. But you can get interesting shadows and things, so you can play around with that, but you want to have an awareness of lighting at all times when you're on set. And so if the light coming from lower. If I tilt it down, you'll find that it starts to cast interesting shadows up. So if you tilt your face towards the light now, then she's fully lit. You can sit down. Thank you so much for being my volunteer. So, another thing is, a big part of the modelling industry is also creating your own content. So sometimes you'll be in charge of lighting. So let's say you're posting pictures to social media, or your friend is taking photos, and they're not a professional photographer, say, you have to be aware of that light a lot. So let's say you have a friend taking photos and you're outdoors, and you're using the sunlight. So you might want to tell them, stand about here because the sun might be just about here. You don't want them to cast a shadow because if they're directly in front of the sun, they'll be casting a shadow on you. So there's all of this that you need to think about when shooting. And sometimes on set, they'll have multiple light sources. And it's a bit confusing to know where the main light source is. So they might have like 2 or 3 lights set up and they're all flashing simultaneously, but they have different jobs, those lights. So one of the lights might be a hair light or a backlight, and then there's the main light. So if you're unsure, feel free on set to be like, hey photographer, just out of curiosity, which is the main light source? Which is the main light we're working with today? Just so you have an idea. So let's say you're doing an e-commerce shoot. This is the main light source. They also have a hair light and a backlight. It's good to know that so that when you're posing, you can generally keep your face towards that light and not turning away too much. Because if you're doing a heap of shots and that's the main light source, see how my face is half in shadow? So that's important to keep in mind. So I will normally turn my face directly to the light, sometimes a little bit away because a bit of shadows can be interesting, but it's just important to keep that in mind, and also the height of the light. So if it's quite high, you want to tilt your head up a little bit more. If it's a lower light, you might want to look down at it a little bit more. So let's say you've got pants with some pockets in it. So like I said, I'll start off with both my hands in the pockets, then I'll take one hand out. So that's 2 poses already. Both hands in pockets, one hand in pocket. Then I might bend the leg like this, the hand still in pocket, bring it down, that's another pose. You might do some with hands on hips, some just plain standing like this, sort of putting your weight on one side or the other. A sort of semi-walking pose. If it's a dress and it's flowy, you can grab that, bring that flow into it. And these poses, you can build on them too. So it might seem really basic. So this is a really basic pose. It's just front on. That's it. You can build on it. You can just move the hip a bit. Put your booty back a bit. Put a hand up here. So you can just build on a simple pose like that quite easily. So this is always a good pose, straight on. You might shift the shoulders a little bit. This is another pose. Leg walking, that's another pose. You can even do one hand on hip, one hand in pocket. That's another pose. Both hands here, that's another pose. Shift that weight on either side. These are just nice, simple, basic poses that still show off the outfit without being too crazy.
I reckon that's I always find like the hand in the pocket is always so good to me. And I mean, not that I do it, but hand to the pocket is always really good. Moving on the side is really good. Pivoting to weight either side is always really good.
Yeah, shifting that body weight,
shifting that body weight. And I think moving, like, what you're saying,
depending on what you're wearing,
it's really
showing that off. Sometimes I get really excited when I'm on set and the dress or the skirt I'm wearing's got pockets. I get so excited I put them in. And I will always check for these things because sometimes a stylist or whoever you're working with, they've got a lot of things they've got to think about. They're not always thinking about every pocket on every dress or every skirt. So you being on top of that is really important. Because sometimes I'll get on set and I'll be like, oh, it's got pockets. And they'll be like, oh. And it's like, good, I'm showing them off now. I'm showing that this product has got pockets. And who doesn't love a dress that's got pockets? So show that off. I think, yes.
I just wanted to ask about like the difference between wearing heels and like flats, kind of being aware of how your foot looks. I feel like I tend to turn in a lot.
You do this sort of thing?
Yeah.
Yes, so that's something you're going to have to sort of practice and be conscious about. It can be a cute little quirk too, like it can be one of your things, like especially
Scarlett, that's not you.